Self-Treatments by Emma Curtis Hopkins. Number 4. The Hindus repeat whole books by heart, striving thereby to remember what their soul knows. Sometimes their repetitions have the wished-for effect, and they have a realization of some one point as their enlightened sages have given it. From that moment they remember some other happy truth, and then another, till they also are called sages. All the Bibles of the nations are memories of these sages. When they have remembered certain principles which they have formerly knew, they have disappeared from human view. Men have then said that they are ascended into light, or into paradise, or into heaven, from whence we all came forth. All the memorizing we do of any man's words takes us back, as on a golden thread, to our point in life, where he and we were much alike. The recollection of his words brings on its string his peculiarities and idiosyncrasies. We know them. We either copy them or drop them. As we copy them, we cease to be like ourselves, and for the while we are copying his mind, we have ceased to go back to our sole point. Remembering the words of Jesus Christ, we take the fewest earthly notions along. Indeed, we are told, he communicates no guile along the threads of his matchless eloquence. He leads mind by his name back to the fountain where words were born, where abilities were born, where genius began. Then our words are born again. No matter what they then say, they accomplish wonders. I will give thee a mouth and wisdom, so that no man is able to gainsay nor resist thee. Our actions count as noble successes, and nothing can resist their success. Success gives a taste of bliss, and entire bliss is heaven. Each taste of happiness is a reminder of heaven. Whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world. Laying our words back upon the anvil from whence power is born, is laying them on the altar. Laying our will back upon the substance from whence the divine will moves, is laying our will upon the altar. Laying our memory back upon the solid light from whence prosperity is born, is laying our money back upon the altar. Words, will, money, from the altar have miraculous energy. John Grande of Spain, 1759, fed multitudes by putting a piece of meat and bread before the image of the Virgin Mary, and after that the more he gave to the famine-stricken people, the more he had. It is plain that he had put his words, will, and possessions back into the fountain mind called God, and placing the bread and meat before the Virgin was then a successful act. Born of God, born of God, born of God. The thoughts that thou usest are will-o'-the-wisps till they have been laid back on the mind that is God. Then they are kindled with a new fire. They are come to life. They can work. Actions are pantomimes till they have been kindled on the altar, where power and life and light are real. As a name stops the click of the will-o'-the-wisp thoughts and begins to turn their wheels backward toward the soul point, where the electric fires of God are burning, so a truth strikes again and again on the electric fires of soul. Born of God, born of God, born of God. My thoughts are born of God. My words are born of God. My will is born of God. My actions are born of God. This is truth. It is a touch of my will-o'-the-wisp thoughts on reality to say they are born of God. God is here. I touch my face against God, and its beauty is the beauty of God. I lay my gold on God's here substance, and its purchasing power is the Jesus Christ ability. God is here. Behind me is God. I lay all I have there and say unto it, born of God. God is before me. I put down all that I have there and say unto it, born of God. On the right I stretch my hand and lay it upon God. And lo, my hand is born of God. It works whatsoever is good. On the left hand, there is my resting place. Under me is the eternal God. My feet touching God go not astray. I remember where I am, and born of God, I am all God. End of number 4.